It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Welcome, everybody. This is 2K Sports with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Washington Wizards. Looking at the Wizards, it hasn't been the most lively start to the season for them, just 1-3 through their first 4 games. But they can start things moving in the right direction with a win here tonight. And guys, let's talk John Wall, the leader of this team without a doubt. When they struggle, though, does he get too much of the blame, Kenny?
No, that comes with the price tag of being a max contract player, the leader of your team, all of those things, the face of the franchise. The best player gets the credit, but he also gets the criticism.
I agree with that, but as good as Wall is, there are 4 other guys on the floor, and they all should share responsibility for a loss.
From Orlando, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Magic at Amway Center. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. The Washington Wizards come into this one after their win against the Hawks.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, most of the attention in this year's draft has gone to Prez, but Justice Young has shown he could be the steal of the draft. Passed on by many due to his size, he has shown early that he can go toe-to-toe with any other guard in the league. And his team just raves about his work ethic and his willingness to be coached. Not bad for a player every team passed on in the first round, huh, guys?
Thank you, David. Young, just the latest steal to come as a second-round pick.
Well, guys like Draymond Green and Marc Gasol were second-rounders as well. And there are some great players in the league that were passed over early.
Well, the Magic last season improved by 10 wins. That's nice progress for a young team, and I think they'll continue to make progress, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. And now Washington starting group. Morris pairs with Gortat down low. Wall and Beal, the incredible backcourt tandem. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. Now here's Wall. Back to Morris. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Morris has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Washington. Orlando making some changes. Baca comes in for Jeff Green. And Prez is subbed in for Augustine. Poked away. Here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. Yep, it counts. Gordon's got his second bucket.
And really like how Prez keeps...
Come on, let's go. Mahinmi's checked in for the Wizards. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Wizards 5th.
I tell you what, if you had to pick one stat, at least on the offensive side of the ball, that benefits your team, this is it. I mean, when you're amongst the league leaders in assists, you're doing a lot of good things. Not just making shots, but you're moving your teammates and you're moving the basketball. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes. It's like conducting an orchestra.
And Nikola Vucevic averaging a double-double over the last 4 seasons, and yet there are some questions about how those numbers translate in the win-loss column.
Well, you know, he's not especially quick or explosive, and he is big and strong and takes advantage of those attributes. The league seems to be going away from the slower, bigger post-up guys. If you're not a dunker and a shot blocker or a three-point shooter these days, you can get lost in the shuffle a bit. But this guy, Vucevic, brings a lot of good stuff to the table, and I think it's incumbent upon his team to keep him in positions where he can succeed.
Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. And a switcher also for Washington. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. No problems knocking that one down. Fournier's got 8 points. Wizards trail by 3. And Wall kicks to Beal. Back to Wall. Outside Beal. Pass to Porter. Shot from 12. Basket counts. He's got 5.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
That's now 7 out of their last 10 coming off the assist.
Showing you how to get it done with excellent ball movement, breaking down that defense.
Another one falls for Washington.
I really hope he doesn't try that move again. It worked the one time, but he's not the guy to be working the crossover.
On the wing, Gordon. The shot misses, and it's Washington the other way. Porter dishes the Wall. Now, here's Mahimi, covered by Biyombo. It's Porter outside. It's the three-point bomb. Porter's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Wizards. Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Gordon, the pass to Ibaka. And Fournier kicks to Ibaka. Now here's Prez. He's guarded closely. That one drops for him. And what can you say about Justice Young, standout player from Seton Hall, and he's fought his way into the NBA and carved out his place.
And you have to give all the credit to Young, as he is just a relentless worker. Has never been viewed as a dominant player, but he just continues to improve and fine-tune his game each and every year.
Here's Beal, following the basket by Prez. Here's Mahimi, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And last season, by some measures, Mahimi ranked as one of the top 5 best centers in the league at the defensive end.
Yeah, as a rebounder and rim protector, one of the best high grades in those areas. Also a pretty high rate of steals for a big guy. Still fouls a little more than you'd like him to, but that's being a bit nitpicky. Had a really strong year and gets the job done at a good level in a lot of areas.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now, here is Young. Offensive rebound. Biyombo. It's stolen by Smith. 59 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Burke. And again, Washington, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Young. Passes it to Biyombo. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Prez dishes to Young. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
That was just an outstanding floater. I mean, Young just totally freezing the defense with that shot right there.
Young against Thornton. 20 seconds left to play in the first. Clock at 6. Here's Burke. Good work there as it goes. And the Wizards lead by 1.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Prez passes to Young. He kicks it to Prez. Lets it go from deep. A nice first quarter up. Transitioning from college to the pro.
Man, it's crazy, but I would say that the biggest difference is probably endurance, both mentally and physically. Like the college season is, like 30, 40 games? And that's not even halfway through the NBA season, which is crazy. Plus you're playing against the best talent every single night, so it's definitely a grind. And I feel like I got so much to figure out still. But I will say this, man, I'm thankful for trainers like Xavier Cross that helped me figure out what I need to be doing.
Good points. What role does a trainer have in helping young players, guys? Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Gordon's checked in for Ibaka. Evan Fournier comes in for Mario Hezonja. Prez is checked in for Young. And Levins is subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And then for Washington, Mahinmi's checked in for Smith. Nicholson comes in for Morris. And it's John Wall in for Marcus Thornton. So the Wizards 5 right now. Porter is out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Wall. And it's Burke. And it's the 2 guard.
Just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 6 points for Prez.
And Prez scores from anywhere, inside, outside. This guy does it all.
And the call will be against Prez.
I'm Prez.
That is his first foul of the game.
That steal. Presidential party.
There's a screen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
What a night so far for Porter. He has 8 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
And one of the big issues for the Wizards is making sure they stay fiery on the defensive end. When this team, Greg, gets in trouble, more often than not, it's because they get sloppy on deep.
Yeah, and that can hurt them at times when they don't bother the challenge shooters or miss a rotation. That's when things start to go south. How far this team goes depends on how far their defense will take them.
Now here's Prez. 6 points for him. Biyombo. And the shot falls short this time.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Right side Wall. Jacks up a 3. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Now Wall. Following the miss by Prez from deep. And Wall kicks to Mahinmi. He gives them a double-digit lead. And the Wizards lead by 11.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Far too much penetration allowed, Greg, and that's really been the theme of the song so far here.
Nice release there from Prez to knock down the triple.
I love his form. I mean, it's so repeatable and clean in terms of the release. Just great stuff from Prez.
Now here's Burke. An 11-point game for him in the win against Atlanta. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's foul number 2 for him. And Orlando making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. Wizards leading by 8. And Wall kicks to Burke. Back to Wall. Out to the right wing. Nicholson dishes to Mahinmi. Shoots from 14. Drained for 2 points. Mahinmi's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep hitting Burke.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
and we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
That'll do it for the first half. Washington up.
All right, come on, guys. Shake it off. Hey, if we let up on D even a little, it's...
We're back with you in Orlando, where you can see some of the street art that adorns this beautiful city. The second half just about to... Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Baca comes in for Gordon. Young's checked in for Green. And Prez is subbed in for Augustine. Then for the Wizards, Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Andrew Nicholson comes in for Morris. And Trey Burke subbed in for John Wall. Fournier and Ibaka are in the forward slots. Young is out there with Prez. And it's Biombo at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Now the dish to Burke. And it's Beal in the corner. Hits it from three-point range. Beal's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Wizards.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
And here is Burke. He's got 13. The offensive rebound. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
No one near Prez as he lets it go. Ibaka drops in the layup for two.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter. Yeah, it's been a few years now since Serge Ibaka added shooting from range to his game, but it's done wonders. I mean, we've seen his scoring jump ever since he started taking threes, worked to get his shot where he is a very deadly threat from deep and mid-range, so impressive to see that improvement.
Here's Prez. It's deflected. Now here's Burke. Outside Beal. Here's Nicholson. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. 5 to shoot. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor.
And stolen by Burke. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Orlando grabs the miss. Biombo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Prez. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5. For 11 now. Wizards leading by 16. Burke with it. 13 points in the game. The feed to Nicholson. Unloads from 9. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Mario Hezonja comes in for Aaron Gordon. Prez is checked in for Fournier. And Levens is subbed in for Augustine. And a switcher also for Washington. Smith is checked in, taking a look at the Wizards. Wall and Beal, the incredible backcourt tandem. Markieff Morris is out there with Jason Smith. And it's Gortat in at the center position. side, Wall. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're already getting the feel for this new NBA season. Taking it all in with me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Orlando Magic. The Magic come into this one following a loss to the Wizards. This is their first time playing this squad so far this season. Last year, they had a winning record against them, going 2-1. And guys, we'll see Fred Hoiberg at the helm in this one. He was brought into Chicago to revamp their offense. How do you see the Bulls continuing to evolve?
Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. The Magic made a special trip here for one game back in Orlando for the next one. Well, it's been an improvement. Before we get going.
Well, guys,
Thanks, David. And so often for NBA players, a high school coach is so much more than a coach.
It's a great point. I remember Washington Falls playing in college way back in the day, and you can see his no-nonsense style and how he coached Prez.
One thing the Bulls... Here is Rondo. Really struggled in the loss against Indiana. He kicks it to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Here's Rondo. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's all knotted up.
You can't give him that shot. A few open...
Here we go. Let's draw it up. Listen up. We've got to make some adjustments on offense out there. If we want to beat these guys, we have to...
Rondo stepped right in, and although not a direct replacement for what Rose brings, still a very strong signing. They could have done a lot worse when it comes to filling in that lead guard role.
The Bulls making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Kazanya, he's checked in for Orlando. Gibson with the steal. Here's Wade. Cans the shot from the wing. Wade's got his first bucket in this one. Rajon Rondo, he showed GA that he was still an elite playmaker in his one-year stop in Sacramento. He felt that Chicago, now with Dwayne Wade, was the perfect fit for him.
And Rondo wasted no time when he got to Chicago. It was apparently a big part of the recruiting effort that landed the team Wade. I mean, a lot of changes for the Bulls, but overall, you have to say with Rondo and Wade as their new backcourt, they're in a great spot.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Bobby Portis is checked in for Mirotic. McDermott comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Cannon in for Rajon Rondo. They get a hand on it. Gordon against Gibson. The dish to McDermott. Back to Gibson. Shot clock at 6. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Cannon. Pass to McDermott. Gibson the screen. Outside Butler. Jumper off the screen. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
The feed to McDermott. Outside Butler. High post shot. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Prez dishes to Ibaka. Fires from 18. The Magic again can't hit. Chicago leading. Butler passes to Cannon. Feeds it to McDermott. Back to Cannon. The 3. And the 3 ball is good.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
On the wing, Gordon. The pass to Prez. Puts up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Prez has got himself on the board with 3 there. Well, many know about the tragedy that Prez has had to battle through the loss of his father. But he did have a great mentor in his life with his high school coach, Washington Falls.
And when you talk to Prez about Coach Falls, he will just gush about how much he owes.
The Bulls leading by 5. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Rajon Rondo is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the return of Wade to his hometown Chicago Bulls, Greg. One of the major stories, certainly, in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, he had bigger offers on the table, but said the only real options for him were Miami or Chicago. And for a Bulls team that seemed on the verge of a rebuild, getting Wade has given them a fighting chance now in the East.
Prez kicks to Biyombo. Passes it to Fournier. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I like to see Fournier drawing contact on his shots. I mean, he's a crafty player who gives defenses a lot of problems.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Chicago?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Pass to Lopez. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. He feeds it to Mirotić. And again, no good by Chicago.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Augustine dishes to Prez from the low block. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. It's on Jimmy Butler.
That's really tremendous work inside from Prez, just taking it to the defense and easily earning the call.
And Prez recently doing something every NBA player dreams of as a kid, signing a shoe deal. You figured it was only a matter of time.
And from what I've heard, there's some pretty generous checks coming his way as the company believes he could end up being the face of the basketball division in no time.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David. Augustine with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Now here's Prez. He's guarded closely. And it's sent back by Lopez. Lets it go with a three. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Prez.
Amazing shooting from Prez. A gutsy player who has no fear pulling up right away.
Rondo is doubled. Here's Butler. They grab their own miss. Here's Wade. And at last, they get one to fall. Wade's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Magic trail by 6. Dishes it to Fournier. Rondo with the steal. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. It's stolen by Ibaka and stolen by Mirotic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Mirotic has got 6 points. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Prez. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Down low, Lopez with the steal. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Wade with the ball, and now it's a double-digit lead. And it's a...
Hustle up. Let's figure this out now. Let's go. Look, I'm fine with our defensive effort, but I know we could be doing so much better on offense.
Between the front and backcourt for the Magic.
Well, you love seeing the backcourt stay active and putting that speed and quickness to use on the glass. They've gotten a lot of rebounds and helping to do whatever they can for the win.
Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Pacers in Indiana.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Rondo, good.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
The Bulls leading by 13. From 13, off the left rim and out.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
No one near Prez as he lets it go. And again, unable to change momentum here. Wade outside. At the top of the key, Mirotic. Kicks it to Butler. Lopez, a screen on Fournier. 5 to shoot. Butler passes to Lopez. It's stolen by Prez. And Levens throws it down.
Excellent activity by Prez, really getting the opposition into trouble thanks to his effort and energy and hustle.
Chicago Chicago calls timeout. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And they drop.
Listen, guys, we've got one guy doing all the damage out there.
On paper, they expect to beat. Great teams take care of business against the bottom feeders. We'll see if they can handle that end of the bargain here tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked it for Lopez. Portis comes in for Mirotic. McDermott's checked in for Butler. And it's Cannon in for Rajon Rondo.
The Magic last season trading away Tobias Harris, an outstanding young player, for more veteran players. It was an interesting move, in my opinion. It seems like their patience with the youth movement was running out, and they're ready to try to make some noise in the East now.
Here's Portis. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Portis has got the lead up to 13 now for the Bulls. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Prez. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Prez has got 8 points here in this quarter. And the Magic last season also trading away productive bigs like Channing Frye and Kyle O'Quinn. Guys, do you like what they've done roster-wise?
I think so. I mean, they have talent, but sometimes it's been a little hard to determine and discern which way they're headed. Are they going young or older? You need a mix, and sometimes you just have to wait for your young, talented players to become more seasoned. And yet, we know at some point the fans want to see playoff basketball.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now Wade. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. The clock runs out, and we're heading to...
All right, come on, guys. Shake it off. Listen, guys, we've got one guy.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago. A time-lapse view of all the traffic. And so it's Chicago winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they...
Prez, what city are you in right now? You got to get a winter coat for these away games. I cannot believe I forgot to tell you that. Or do they give you guys coats? I don't know. They should. If you get sick, then y'all won't be any good, right? They should just give you coats. Talk to you later, baby. Bye.